Hello and welcome to our video today on finding the probability of a single event. Our objectives are firstly to have an understanding of the probability scale and then also to be able to calculate the probability of a single event. And finally to express a probability as a fraction, decimal and a percentage. So let's start off with the probability scale. And we can imagine a probability scale that goes from impossible to absolutely certain. Okay, in the middle, you've got an even chance. And also you can measure this on the line from 0 or 0% to 1 or 100%. And in the middle here, the even chance is actually 1 in 2 chance of something happening, or 50%. Or 0.5. So you can express the probability as either a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. And also on the scale we have unlikely things, so things that are not likely to happen but they're not impossible. We can also have likely events at the other end of the scale. So an even chance would be something like when I toss a coin, it will land on a head. I've got a 1 in 2 chance of it landing on a head. An impossible thing would be that I would live till I'm 200, although things can change quite rapidly. And a certainty will be that the sun will rise tomorrow in the UK. We may not see it, but the sun will rise. We're not in the Arctic or the Antarctic Circle at the moment. An unlikely event would be something like having 18 degrees Celsius temperatures on Christmas Day in the UK. It's not impossible, but it is unlikely. And a likely event will be something like there'll be rain in Cumbria this month. That's probably almost a certainty, but not entirely certain. It's more likely than certain. So that's our probability scale. How we calculate probability goes like this. It's the number of ways it can happen over the total number of outcomes. So we thought about tossing a coin and we're looking for a head. Then the number of ways it can happen, there's one head. Total number of outcomes, there's a head and a tail. So that's where we get the 1/2 for that one. Let's have a look at that in a practical example. A tube of Smarties. Now, for the sake of argument, we're just going to have a tube of Smarties with 50 Smarties in the pack. 18 are red, 12 are blue, the rest are yellow. What is the probability that you will pick out a yellow Smartie? Well, the solution goes like this. 18 plus 12 is 30. So 50 take away 30 is 20. So we find out the number of yellow Smarties. There are 20 yellow Smarties out of a total of 50. And then we put in those numbers into our probability. The number of ways it can happen, that's yellow Smarties, that's 20 over the total number of outcomes, that is the whole pack. So we've got 20 over 50. We can simplify that to 2/5. So our probability of picking a yellow Smartie is 2/5, 2/5. But then we're going to express a probability as a fraction, decimal, and a percentage. Okay, so here's the question. There are 20 drivers available for overtime. Only 4 drivers can be given overtime each day. What is the probability of being given overtime? Express your answer as a fraction, decimal, and a percentage. Let's see how we do that. Well, the solution is this. The probability we're looking for is the number given overtime over the total number of drivers. So our numbers given overtime is 4 and our total number of drivers is 20. So if we express that as a fraction, it'll be 4/20, which we can simplify to 1/5 because we can divide both 4 and 20 by 4. So our probability as a fraction is 1/5. And we want to change 1/5 into a decimal. We do 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. And if we want to work that out as a percentage, we multiply our 0.2 by 100 and we get 20%. So our probability of being given overtime can be expressed as a fifth, 0.2, or 20%. Thank you for watching this video on probability. I hope that's helped you with the probability scale, with finding out and calculating probability as a fraction, and then probability as a fraction, decimal, and percentage. Thank you for watching. Thank you.